All rise, please, for prayer and pledge of allegiance.
Our Father in heaven, be with the people of Muscuda, be with our city council members and give them the wisdom to make sound decisions. Be with all of us here tonight so that we may show the civility and respect that embrace this concept we call democracy. And Lord, be with all of our friends and neighbors in Muscuda so that a spirit of community might prevail according to your will. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We need the order, roll call.
Bryant? McMahon?
Here.
Baker?
Here.
Battis?
Here.
Doherty?
Here. Item 4 is to amend the agenda. Do we have any reason to amend the agenda? Hearing none, item 5 is the minutes of our January 21st, 2020 City Council meeting. Are there any additions or corrections? Hearing none, those minutes stand as presented. Item 6, public comments. We have a couple of people who want to speak. Paul? Oh, Mr.
I
Sappel.
didn't sign up for.
James Sappel,
What?
you want to speak?
Yeah, can I talk about the recreational cannabis?
About what?
Drugs.
Yeah, come on up. Come on up.
Is there anybody in here representing the school district? No. I'm disappointed because this issue of selling this product within our community, to me, the school district should be involved in any decision that is made here tonight. Okay. When you put the word recreational in front of the words cannabis or marijuana, you are telling our children that they are okay to use. Our children are the ones that I'm here representing because they can't come here and they don't realize what you're doing. You people in charge of the city, are you willing to tell our children that they can look forward to smoking marijuana and cannabis against the will of the parents of our children? Just for the monetary gain in taxes, for what? Don't you people know how to budget? Have any of you lost a son or a daughter to drugs or alcohol? I have. I lost a son and a daughter. It was hard on my wife, myself, and my other children. How could we have missed it? It started when they were at school age, not after they graduated. We struggled with them day and after day, week after week. We blamed ourselves for failing them. And then you start to find the blame. You blame them. You keep looking for someone to blame. And you find you can't blame anyone, it won't help. Some 50 years ago, our public colleges and universities created LSD and said it would be beneficial for the kids in their final exams, and started a generation of kids getting caught up in drugs. And we lost a lot of kids during those years to drugs. And drugs since then have become a dominating factor in our population, in our country. It's not the drug lords below the border, it's the ones that's right here in this room. When you decide to make these decisions without going to the people, the community, and get their opinions, and going to the school districts, because that's where the kids are the most vulnerable. maybe 3 minutes is probably about up. But, you know, another thing, Illinois is on the brink of bankruptcy because of bloated pensions that are rising faster than wages. And none of our leaders are addressing the issue and just keep raising and creating taxes. And that's what you do here. You haven't sat down and had a roundtable discussion with the public to discuss our economy. The cities and the school districts and all the taxing bodies keep upping to 5%, just less than 5%, every year. It's been done for 30 years. I met with Dr. McGowan some years back, and he told me, he said, you know, Jim, I didn't realize that you could collect that much money. And it was just by putting that 5% on your budget. And that 5%, what was supposed to be, if you met your budget, returned to the taxpayers, but hasn't been done. And at that time, the school district had $29 million. I don't know about the city, but I think they probably got a pot somewhere. The county certainly does. Anyway, that's all for now, but think of our kids. They're our future. Don't become a drug lord.
Thank you. I will just make one comment. We have public hearings before all of our tax levies. Everybody's invited to come. We have public workshops before all of our budgets. Everybody's invited to come. The word is out there. They want to show up, they can. So that's, I just make those comments.
Contrary to that, you're supposed to be.
No, this is not an argument thing. I just said,
Well,
you-
I have to argue with you because.
No, you don't.
You're saying it's all set up. It's
we've
not.
gone through here before. If you want to talk to me afterwards or talk to the city manager, whatever, I mean, all
Talking
those
to you
things,
is like the-
all those things that you say we don't do, we do. And so, and if we want to prove, if you want to.
You go,
I'm not gonna argue, that's it, okay. Next, Mr. Short.
I also want to speak to the cannabis issue one more time. And before you vote one way or the other, I would ask that you ask yourselves a couple of questions. First of all, is this the type of business that would have a positive impact on the city other than some sales tax and a few jobs? And I think the answer is no, at least in my opinion. Is this the type of business that would increase the quality of life in Muscuda and make it a better place to raise a family? I think the answer is no. Is this the type of business that would make it more desirable to buy a home in Muscuda? I think the answer is no. Is this the type of business that would have a positive impact on the young people in this community? I think the answer is no. Is this the type of business that would have a positive impact on the health of people that will use cannabis for recreational use? I think the answer is no. Is this the type of business that would make the job of the police department more difficult? I think that answer is yes. So once again, I urge you to vote for option one to deny cannabis facilities in Muscuda. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move on with the, that's it, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. We'll move on with the business of the council. Reports and communications, on the, 24th, I attended the city annual holiday event, 31st, I attended the annual, Home Builders Association Award Dinner in Fairview Heights. With that, I'll turn it over to Councilman Wayne.
I also attended the city holiday event that they had.
Councilman McMahon?
Same here.
Councilman Baker? Okay, Councilman Mattis?
Nothing to report this time.
City Manager?
Yes, sir, we started our budget process. I met with 8 department heads on Tuesday. I met with school leadership on Texas Energy last week. Had a talk on with the IMEA to help out on that issue too, and, had staff meetings with, everyone this morning.
Okay, city attorney?
I think it's pretty important.
City clerk? Okay, we'll move on with council business then. City manager?
First item up for council business would be a proposed code change for the Economic Development Commission. This is the second reading, and request approval of revisions to chapter 4 of the boards and commissions, article 5, Economic Development Commission of the city code. What this basically amounts to, we've had the first reading already, but we had discussions with EDC and the mayor and myself, and the assistant manager was involved in some of these discussions. And we'd like to increase the commission from 5 persons to 7, and to help establish a solution to ensure there is a quorum. Adding a rule that if a member misses 3 consecutive meetings, that results in termination of their position, and this is already upheld on the planning commission. The mayor would like to release the authority of appointing the chairperson to the board members themselves to choose. Advise that the EDC is responsible for periodic reviews and updates to the EDC incentive package and the economic development portion of the city's comprehensive plan. Change all the titles from economic development coordinator to the assistant city manager, because when that position was created, that job was rolled into that position of the assistant city manager. And adjust the amount the EDC meets as needed to the first Tuesday of every other month. And we hope that the council approves these changes.
Okay, this is the second reading. Any further discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve these code changes.
Baker moves, seconded by Battis, to approve and adopt ordinance number 2001.
Roll call?
Wyatt,
Yes.
McMahon,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Battis,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes, motion carried. Next item?
Next item for the council to consider our code change for the reconnect fees for electric and water. This is also the second reading. We request approval of revisions to chapter 11, electric system, and chapter 38, utilities, to increase the after-hour reconnect fees for electric and water disconnections. We've been researching different ways to handle the reconnect, especially after hours, on those residents who have had their services disconnected due to non-payment. And in your package, you see the rate differences, anywhere from $25 which we charge currently, all the way up to $300 in Carlisle, and some cities do not do any reconnect after hours. And I know that was an option that had been discussed at our previous meeting. We would be open to increasing those connect fees to $150, so if we had to go back out, it would be a $300 reconnect fee, but you would also entertain the idea of not doing it at all. So I would take your recommendation on that. Either way, we'd like to have something implemented that would reduce the after-hour reconnect fees or eliminate. And we wouldn't do it on the weekend. No one would be out over the weekend.
Okay, second reading. Any discussion? Okay, entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Wyatt moves, seconded by McMahon, to approve and adopt ordinance number 2002.
Roll call?
Wyatt, McMahon,
Yes.
Baker,
No.
Battis,
No.
Doherty.
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next item.
Next item for council consideration would be the ordinance naming the roadway lying directly north of Legacy Place to be known as Heritage Way. This is the second reading of this request. To approve an ordinance naming the roadway that runs west from Illinois Route 4 directly north of Legacy Place as Heritage Way within the city limits of Muscuda. When Legacy Place developed and constructed, the roadway was put in the north for future development. The road has never been named, and we need to apply a name to that, for 911 use and police reports and such. And, we would like to name it Heritage Way with, city council approval.
second reading, we'll discuss this. Any further discussion? Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Addis moved, seconded by McMahon, to approve and adopt ordinance number 2003.
Roll call?
Wyatt?
Yes.
McMahon?
Yes.
Baker?
Yes.
Addis?
Yes.
Doherty?
Yes, motion carried. Next item?
Next item for council consideration is regulation of adult use cannabis business establishments. This is the second reading. Request council make a decision to prohibit or allow adult use cannabis establishments in the city of Muscuda. Public Act 101-207, known as the Cannabis Regulation and Tax Act, became effective June 25th, 2019, to allow possession, use, cultivation, transportation, and dispensing of adult use cannabis in Illinois effective January 2020. Pursuant to that act, local governments, including cities, may enact ordinances to allow or prohibit cannabis business establishments within the city. We have received 2 inquiries within the last few weeks from individuals inquiring about establishing and opening a cannabis dispensary within the city, and we need the city to either allow or prohibit, so I can answer the questions as these come up.
Okay, this is the second reading. It's been suggested that perhaps we might have a third option, and that would be to table this and have a town hall meeting, get everybody's input on it. Council can comment on that if they want, but based on the number of people we have to see here tonight, I don't know that it'll do any good or not, but.
They don't come to this.
Yeah, so, okay, it's open for discussion.
I'm kind of curious, so is this an all or nothing on the 6 adult use? You have to approve all, or can't approve any one, it's just all or nothing?
I think the way it's worded, it's all or nothing.
Yeah.
You could, I believe, right here, regulate where it would be zoned to
Right,
within
yeah.
the city. You could do that.
That would be so that would be other.
That would be something you could put in.
Well, if in fact,
And that would be a zoning.
if.
It has to go through the zoning to get that.
Well, aside from zoning, I'm just meaning, there's 6 categories, like craft grower, cultivation, and dispensing is the one that everyone's worried about. That's where people come here. But the others are just businesses that handle it, I guess. I don't know, I'm just curious if this was a representative ordinance from somewhere, and it's all or nothing.
It's based on IML.
Any other comments or suggestions? Well, I just want to comment because I did write down some things and for those people that are out there, that this is an easy decision if you don't have to make it. It's not an easy decision, and I know people have said, yeah, you're doing this just for money, but it's not for our money. We don't get anything out of this. It's for road improvements, park improvements, and stuff like that. That's the benefit that comes to the city if we do that sort of thing. I've talked to a lot of people. I have not had anybody saying that they wanted one of these things in town. And so I guess it's a decision tonight, what's most important to us. And I thought it in context, and a few people turned me on to this really, that you know, in the last 20 years, our population's almost doubled. And the reason it's almost doubled is because we're looked at in the whole area as a place where people want to come to live because of our schools, because of, it's a safe place to live, because of our image is a good place to live. And when I go to mayor's meetings and everything else, I mean, I always get comments on what a nice little town Muscuda is. And so, you know, I thought about that a lot, and so I want people to continue to move here, and I wanna maintain the values that we've established here. And the fact that it's potentially authorized, even if we authorize it, potentially authorized, no matter how you look at it, it carries a negative connotation. And it carries a negative connotation when we look at the cities that have it now. We look at it that way. I mean, most people I know look at it that way. So I don't want to protect that image, so we have to decide tonight what's most important. So I would ask any of you to make a recommendation. And we have two things to suggest: either you move it forward or you opt out. And so,
I'll just make a comment too. I made it a point to talk to a total of 83 people, and I had 7 people say no out of the 83. And there's three of them in the room here tonight that were the no's. So for my job as elected work, I feel that I have to vote with the majority of people and represent them. That's all. So that's just my comment.
okay, somebody want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to draw option one, go move that the, city council approve and adopt the ordinance, where we prohibit the use of the cannabis businesses within the city limits. Also like to make a comment that even though if we pass this tonight, it could come up at a later date and, at a later time, situations may change or whatever, but, as it stands right now, I would option one.
Is there a motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second.
Wyatt moves, seconded by Addis, to approve and adopt ordinance number 2004, thereby prohibiting adult use cannabis business establishments within the city of Muscuda. Wyatt,
Yes.
McMahon,
Yes.
Baker,
No.
Addis,
Yes.
Doherty.
Yes. So the motion, the ordinance to opt out is passed. Okay, next item. What do we got? Next item.
Last on your, well, not quite last council action tonight is a Lewis Civic Center restricted funds transfer. This is to approve and close a restricted funds account, transfer the funds to the Lewis Civic Center fund. The Lewis Civic Center was gifted approximately $2,500 many years ago. Matter of fact, so many years ago, we don't know who did it and why, but it's always been carried on the books. It is sitting in a restricted account. We asked our city attorney what his recommendation was to clear that money out rather than keep it sitting there. He recommends the city staff request to close this account and forward the funds to the Lewis Civic Center Fund where it can be used for miscellaneous expenses. So this will eliminate an account that has had no activity for years. And we recommend the council approve this recommendation.
Okay, yeah, this is showed up on our audit for years and years,
Yes.
and so
No one knows
we don't know where it comes from, so. Do I have a motion to approve this?
So,
Second that.
McMahon moves, seconded by Baker, that the council approve the closing of the $2,500 restricted funds account and transfer of the $2,500 to the Lewis Civic Center Fund and authorize appropriate officials to execute the necessary documents.
Roll call?
Wyatt,
Yes.
McMahon,
yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Addis,
Yes.
Doherty.
Yes, motion carried.
The last item for you, sir, would be the council budget guidance, if you approve of all those statements.
Okay, I think we had all had an opportunity to comment, and we got a fresh, clean copy. Is everybody okay with the budget guidance? I don't think we require a vote on that, do we?
No, if you don't like it, yes.
Well, if we don't like it, we go back to the drawing
We'll
board.
go back and redo it, yeah.
But this, budget guidance also transformed into the city manager's key goals and objectives,
Sure does.
along with any other personal ones. Okay, okay, we're back to say, oh, let's see, you already, do you have anything else?
No, sir?
Okay, back around to the public comments, if anybody wants to comment. Okay. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So we,
McMahon moves, second by Wyatt, to adjourn at 7:24.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?